Built only steps away from Old Hampshire, some fear the new auditorium is a recipe for flooding disaster. But the new Hampshire auditorium will be built 7 to 8 feet higher than the previous building. Construction crews have been working very quickly to meet their 2016 deadline, but that progress came to a screeching halt when crews discovered artifacts lie just below the surface. The days of driving top-of-the-line sports cars to school have somewhat disappeared. Now students are more than willing to drive older cars to save a few bucks. We all know October is the month of thrills and chills, but automakers have been getting a scare of their own for the past few years. Since 2011, people between ages 18 and 34 accounted for only around 10% of total auto sales, which is down significantly from past years. Earlier, I spoke with my fellow millennials and discovered the dream car desire isn't quite like we see in the movies.
The 1961 Ferrari 250 GT California.
Throughout much of the past, cars have given young people a sense of popularity, pride, and prestige.
It is his passion.
It is his fault he didn't lock the garage.
But back up, Ferris. Today's millennial generation is trading luxury for logic. The lower prices are giving livestock farmers a break and keeping another hungry herd fully fed. What students thought was a routine class email quickly turned into a shocking surprise.
She told us earlier in class that she'd be posting the answers online. So I went to my email, looked them up, and I clicked on it, and it definitely wasn't math.
I was just stunned. I didn't know what to do. I told a few people, and then I was just kind of waiting to see what would happen and play out because I just thought it was hilarious.
Humor seemed to be the general response around the UI, as slews of stunned students shared the news and, well, the photos.
I felt awkward and I couldn't look for a long time, but you just wonder how did she confuse that with math homework?
In today's visual culture, a few keys, a click, and a post can alter your life in a matter of seconds. But that isn't stopping many young people from pushing the limits. We've heard the song Walking in a Winter Wonderland, but what about biking? The UI Office of Sustainability has teamed up with the Bicycle Advisory Committee to host a winter bike challenge. Earlier I spoke with organizers and riders to find out how challengers are pushing through the cold, one pedal at a time. Whether December gives us rain, snow, or sunshine, organizers say it's time to throw away the keys, get on the bike, and ride away. With this year's better yield, the price of corn has fell dramatically, but this drop in prices doesn't have all farmers down in the dirt. There's no question that Twitter has grown to be more than just a place to connect with your friends, but instead provides a valuable resource for many professionals. But then the real question becomes, are students learning all of these social media skills here in the classroom? With the nice fall weather we're having, 'tis the season. Well, for orange anyways. Pumpkins are popping up in record fashion this year thanks to some great fall growing conditions. The mild summer and warm September days created a number of bright orange pumpkins, like the ones you see here at Wilson's Orchard. Workers say this year is the best pumpkin yield to date, and business is booming.
We've had for us, record amounts of people coming through. The weather has been fantastic, dry and fall-like temperature.
Halloween lovers, if you're anxious to get your fix of thrills and chills, put a smile on, because the size and strength of this year's crop makes them especially good for carving. In a violent situation, evacuating the building is often the first reaction, but police say this isn't always the best choice. Let's time it and see how long it takes to get out of the building. From the 3rd floor, it took me nearly 2 minutes to get out of the building. During that trip, I could again be exposed to the shooter or cause confusion for police officers. In Iowa alone, nearly $500,000 are given out each year in food stamps. But unlike traditional paper forms of food stamps, the new ones come in a debit card. Choosing a proper diet over energy drinks helps students maintain focus, but also avoids one other major issue.
Energy drinks can affect other drugs that a person may be taking. Birth control pills for one. If someone is taking hypertension medicine, it can affect that.
For now, students are weighing the ups and downs of a quick fix.
The benefits are staying up and getting more studying in. The negatives are if you do it too much, you have crashes and I guess addiction to caffeine.
And putting the report card,
which one kind of outweighs another?
The grades.
ahead of the heart monitor. Brad Maxwell, Daily Iowan TV. So dietitians say throwing these energy drinks aside and replacing with a healthy alternative can help slow down your heart rate.
It was only a few short weeks ago at Hawkeye Courts you could find tenants roaming the halls and sitting on the lawn here on nice days. Now looking around, the halls are blank, and there's no answers. So with enrollment increasing at the University of Iowa, it raises the question, why is the time to evict tenants now? It's not just the beautiful weather. It's not just the vendors. It's the entire atmosphere that keep people coming back to Uptown Bill's.
With the swing of a wrecking ball, 40 years of history slowly vanished before their eyes.
It's like a little piece of you being torn apart, you know?
Like teardrops, chunks of concrete trickled from the air to the ground. For some, an exciting break from the classroom.
I wish this took the whole day.
Yeah.
For others, a time of sorrow, as they watched day one of a long and painful demolition process.
We expect the site to be clean by the end of the calendar year, but ultimately it starts with taking the structure down.
After receiving approval for the project this spring, Leonard said the UI began planning for demolition and eventually construction next door.
Just sad to see it go, but excited for a new one.
But the location of the new Hampshire building is raising some concerns.
Built only steps away from Old Hampshire, some fear the new auditorium is a recipe for flooding disaster. But the new Hampshire auditorium will be built 7 to 8 feet higher than the previous building.
7 feet higher than the 500-year floodplain means the building will rise well above any flood projection.
Any new building we're doing, Hampshire, School of Music, the new art building, are all positioned so that they are considerably higher and above the flood risk.
Reducing the chances of another flood disaster means a new generation can build new memories.
I don't remember what the inside looked like very much.
But share the same beautiful experiences Hampshire's alums will forever cherish.
You have the river and everything down here, just creating that creative experience when you're playing music.